The purpose of this video is to help you through an assignment in Module 1 for the DME140 class. If you click into Module 1, you can take a look at your assignments. And one of the assignments is to create a project QuickVid, which is just a quick video. And in order to do this, you will need to download the QuickVid video resources. And let that download, and it'll take it just a few minutes. And click on the QuickVid audio resources. You're actually going to reuse these same resources in Module 2 and create a better video. But we're going to use these for now and work with these videos here and use them for our project. All right, so it looks as if those have downloaded. The next thing I'm going to do is just scroll up because I want to mention that as you're working on this video, you're going to hit up almost all of these items: the timeline, the tracks, the tools panel, the media browser, the clips, the project, the source monitor. All of these are things that are going to come up as you start to work on your assignment. So let's go ahead and open Premiere Pro. When you first open Premiere Pro, you're going to say that you would like a new project. And you'll give it a name. Your screen might look a little bit different. This is Premiere Pro 2020. Your screen might look a little bit different, but it'll be the same concept. You'll get a new project. You'll have to give it a name. So I'm going to name this quick_vid. And I'm going to browse to find the location of where I'd like to save this. I'm going to save this into my documents, and I'm going to make a new folder. Folder structure is super important for Premiere Pro, so I'm going to call this QuickVid Project DME140. Okay, so there we go, and that is in my documents, so we're good. All right, so I'm calling this QuickVid. I'm putting it in a folder that I just created, and I'm going to say OK. Now, one of the things that I want to mention before we get going here at all is file structure is really important. That I say that file structure is really important because it's super important. So one of the things that I want to mention to you guys is this. Those two files that I just downloaded, I'm going to unzip those. And I'm going to put, so I have in my downloads, I'd like to look at my downloads. Here is the audio resources, and I'm going to right-click and extract all, and I'm going to send those into my documents folder, QuickVid project, because everything that I'm going to use needs to be in the same folder. Super important. If not, it won't work. It won't work properly. Now I'm going to take these audio resources and I'm going to extract those. And I'm going to place those into that same folder. Let's take my video resources, extract all, and put those in the same folder. Now, it just took me however long to get all of my files together and place all of them into one location before I even get started. It is incredibly important that you guys make the effort and do that. If you don't like working on the Macs in class, do this before you come to class. It will make it a lot easier and it will allow you to save your stuff and store it properly. So now that I have everything in one folder, I'm going to go over to Premiere Pro. So once I open up Premiere Pro and I've started my project, I need to pull everything from the same folder and save everything in the same folder. So every resource that I have and every file that I save must all go into that same folder. So I'm going to go into my documents and I'm going to find my quick video project, and I'm going to take all of these resources because why not? All right. And place those into my project panel. All right, so you can see down here in is going to have all of my files. I have 33 items that I've imported in here, so I have the opportunity to use 33 different items. You can see I have videos. The videos have a little thumbnail. If it is an audio file, it has an audio icon on it. Now, if I double click one of these, it will place it up here in the source panel. And in the source panel is where I can see. So if you're kind of looking back here at like, oh, okay, here, this is my source monitor. That's what I'm using right now. In my source monitor, I can see that this is my source file. So this is that file. I can hit play. I can check out that file. I can take my scrubber and move it back and forth and hit play and watch that, and that is my source file. Should I decide that that's the file that I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the whole file, which for this very first assignment, cool, that's what you need. We're not really making a lot of changes, we're just learning a little bit here. You can click on the thumbnail here and drag it to your timeline. This is your timeline. Or you can pull it from here and drag it to your timeline. And you can see the hand right there. I haven't dropped it yet, but as you drag it, it'll give a little hand and it will drop it. And as soon as you do, it will create your timeline for you. So now I've got my timeline and it says that I've got video 1 and audio 1. And then I'm thinking, well, okay, cool, but I didn't think any of these had audio. So I'm gonna hit play. And you can see that I actually don't have any audio that's here. It's flatlined. So it's really just blank. It's nothing there. So what I might do is lock down this video line, click on that audio, hit delete on my keyboard just to remove it from there because I don't really want something there that's not of value. However, should you choose to use this one and you don't remove it, you'll just have extra thing on your audio line, but why not? So now I can unlock my video line. If I simply tried to remove it without locking it down, if I click here and then I say delete, it deletes the video also because they're connected. So I can lock down my video, click on the audio, delete the audio, and now unlock it, and I'm good to go. All right, so I have something on video 1, but I've been told, according to my assignment, that I'm also going to need to have a music file. So here we go. All right, I'm not gonna put too much effort into selecting right now, so I'm gonna say yes, this is the file I'm gonna use. And I notice that this file is way longer on the timeline than my video file. So I'm gonna show you the quick and easy. Do you see these 2 dots right here? These 2 dots right here are a way where you can squeeze it together and move them apart, and what it does is it will allow you to see your whole file. So I'm going to get to the very end of my audio file, get a red bracket on the end, and I'm going to click and drag it backwards, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell this one, for this one, stop my video and my audio at the same time. I've made them the same length. So now my scrubber is at the beginning, and if I click play, all right, I've got it. So now when we are in class, it's pretty tough to just record directly to the computers because there's a lot of noise in there. So we have a studio, but then students, sometimes get frustrated with the studio, and so you can record onto your phone and airdrop it to yourself, but you're going to have to do some audio files sometimes. So because I'm at home and I'm on my own computer, I can go ahead and just record directly onto this video right here. If you choose to come in and use the studio, you can absolutely do that. And, that might be something that I would recommend. In order to do that, you just click on this little microphone right here and record your voice. So make sure your scrubber is where you want it. If you want it at the very beginning, if you want it a little bit later, wherever your scrubber is. And then on your open and available audio line, you're just going to say, whoa, yeah, I like this. All right, and mine's a little bit echoed because I'm doing a recording and I'm recording a recording that has audio, so mine's a little bit echoed. But you can see here how I've now added some voice. So now I have voice, I have an audio file, which is music, and I have my video file. So I have 3 things going on here. Now, if I would like to be able to see this a little bit better, I can get this double-headed arrow right here and pull and drag, and I can see that this line right here is an audio line. And you can see as I move that line up and down, it changes the audio. So I can increase my audio, I can decrease the audio. So maybe it's too loud or maybe it's not loud enough, but I can drag that line up or down.
I like this.
Okay, and if you're cool with what you have, I like this. All right, so if you're cool with that, that was literally the only thing that you had to do for that very first assignment. You needed to have a video, you needed to have a voice file, and you needed to have a music file. And the video and the music file were both provided for you in the zip file that was given to you. So if I were to look back at my lesson in my Blackboard site right now, guess what? We just learned what a timeline is. We learned what tracks are. These are my tracks right here. So if I take a look at this, oops, bloop, bloop, wrong place. Here we go. If I look at my tracks right here, I've got a video 1 track, an audio 1 track, and an audio 2 track. Those are the 3 tracks that I'm using right now. All right, my tools panel. Now, we really didn't have enough time to get into the tools panel in class tonight. However, your tools panel is right here, okay? And I can pull this out and kind of take a look at everything. What I want to mention to you under this tools panel is that each of these tools, if I click, hold, and push, it will share the other tools under it. Now, if I'm on a PC, I can right-click, and it will give me any other tools that are underneath of it. Now, how do I know if there's a tool listed underneath of it? This little triangle in the bottom corner of my tool will let me know that there is an additional tools that are under there. So click, hold, and push, and it will give you what's under there. So that is your tools panel. So if you're kind of looking ahead too, you can be like, oh, Project Identify says that I need to know what these tools are. So that's kind of looking ahead at that one. But here are your tools right here, and these are the tools that you need to make sure to identify. So let's take a look back at the Blackboard site again, and Media Browser. So the Media Browser is located down here in your Premiere Pro project panel, but the Media Browser will often give you locations where you can go and find things. Maybe I have something saved under the Creative Cloud. That's where I can find that. However, I don't have access to that and students don't get that. But if I've got something saved under my C drive or under a drive where I would like to go, and I can click on here, find the files that I want, double click them, and open those files from my media browser. It's a quick and easy way. You have different ways of loading things into your project. If you are on a PC, you can double click and it will open up your files and you can import those right in. You can also come up here and say File and Import and choose your location and import them. Or if you can go into your media browser and you can find it in there and load it that way. But these are all the files that we're using for our project. That media browser is where you can go and find things that are on your computer. If I go to libraries, which the school does not pay for, it would have different library options under there that would be free for me to use, but we don't have that. So, okay, let me get back over here. So clips. A clip is simply what we have loaded in there. So as we're looking at clips right here, this is the clip of the gray cat. This is the clip of my audio. So these are just clips. All of these things over here, they're all clips. Some are audio clips, some are video clips. So you'll find the clips listed in there. The next thing, project. As you guys are working, you are actually creating a Premiere Pro project, and the file extension is PRO/PROJ. So if I come up here and I say File and Save As, it's going to save it as an Adobe Premiere Pro project, which is a PRO/PROJ. Name it as QuickVid, and I'm going to save it in that same folder where I've saved everything else that goes in the same project. Everything must go together. Now, what that does is it already exists. Do I want to replace it? Nah, sure. All right, so what that does is it keeps everything together. However, you cannot turn in a PRO/PROJ file because, one, your files are stored on your computer or wherever it was you were working. So if you send me a Premiere Pro project, it's going to come up with like these Japanese-looking videos, like Japanese writing, and I can't see anything that you've done. So you can't turn in a Premiere Pro project to me. You have to turn in a finished project. So how do you create a finished project? If I'm telling you this is all you need for this first project, cool. And why does my mouse look weird right now? Because I clicked on a tool over here, and typically the default tool is the selection tool. So now it looks better. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna say File and Export, and I want to export my media. Come on, you can do it. File, export media. All right, it's kind of slow. It's not working like it should right now. That's okay. But I would say file, export media, save it as an H.264, which is an MP4 file, and click on export, which would be in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen over here. Once you do that, it'll save it as an MP4, and then you can come right into Blackboard and click on this project video link. Say that you would like to submit and upload a file, and turn that file in, and you're good to go. So if you were in class tonight, you actually did this part right here, getting to know the work area, because we went through these workspaces in class, and we'll continue to go through those. So make sure that you submit that we did that in class. Most of you guys in class today also finished out this project quick video. So super awesome. Way to go. Make sure you turn that in. It's due Thursday. Cool. Awesome.